Hey there, Eva. Thanks for joining.
Hello,
Where are you joining from today?
Merced, California.
Merced. Ah, UC Merced.
Yes,
North of,
that's what we're known for.
ah, must be hot out there. It's pretty hot out here today.
It is.
Hot and dry. All right, this is Leslie. We're just waiting for people to join in, so let's give them a couple of minutes. Carl, are you seeing my slides okay?
Yep, I'm seeing your slide okay. And there's more people join.
Okay, you're not seeing my notes, right? Just the main slide.
Just the main slide, yes.
Okay,
So,
great.
yeah, Ray, Dan, just joined us. Leslie.
Hey there, Ray.
Welcome.
Hey, if I cut out, it's because I'm going through a cell dead zone, and I'll pull over here in a minute.
Okay.
Hey, Ray, buddy, you don't have to come on till like I would say probably 7:30. So get home safe. You can just listen in for now.
All right, you got it, bro.
Welcome, Abby. Or, oh, she just dropped. He just, oh, there he is.
Good crowd. I'm seeing 8 people. I said once we hit 10 people, we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome, Diane. Welcome, Leslie. Abby. Okay, we've hit 12 people. Let's go ahead and get started. It's 7:05. My goal is to wrap up at 8. Good evening. I appreciate everyone joining us on a weekday night. You probably had a long day at work and just picked up the kids and had quick dinner. We'll try to wrap wrap up in less than an hour so you can relax, go about your evening chores, and get ready for tomorrow. We want this seminar to be interactive. It's not a lecture. We encourage you to participate. And how you can do that is by typing in your questions or comments in the chat box below on the screen. Me and my co-host Rick will be constantly reviewing the chat box to see if there are any questions. And then we will answer those questions as they come up, or you can save your questions until the end during Q&A. Is that okay with everyone? Hit the like button or hit 1 on your chat box if you'd like to respond to yes, no, maybe. All right, now we got 16 people joining. Great crowd. Oh, well, I'm very excited about our seminar tonight and about sharing information with you that can help you with your first home buying process. So guys, let's get the show on the road. To begin, a little bit about myself. My name is Gregory, and I'm originally from Taiwan, but I grew up in the Bay Area. Before becoming a realtor, I was in the biotech industry where I worked in R&D in cancer research. You see my little title at the end. My Ph.D. was in biochemistry, not in real estate. But if there was a degree in real estate, I probably would have earned one. My team member, Rick, is an extremely talented and experienced agent. And between Rick and I, we have over 20 years of experience in real estate working in the Bay Area. And we call ourselves Team Gregory and Rick. Now, the Bay Area is such a diverse place with so many cultures and traditions. And between Rick and I, we can speak Mandarin Chinese, Cantonese Chinese, Tagalog, and Spanish. So please let us know if you need support in any of these languages. Rick and I are both part of Keller Williams. And as you probably know, Keller Williams is the largest brokerage in the US in terms of the number of agents. And just my office alone, we have over 200 agents. And what does that mean for you as a potential buyer? It means you have the resources and connections to properties all over Northern California. If your dream home is in Northern California, we can find it for you. My office is located in North San Jose, very close to the Great Mall. And I'm sure everyone knows where that is, right? The Great Mall, Emil Peters. Now, feel free to come by my office anytime for a chat about real estate. I would be happy to talk to you about what's going on in the current market. Now, as a first-time home buyer, do you often feel these emotions? Let me know in the chat box. I know buying a house is not rocket science, but it does require some understanding of how the process works. After all, for most people, this is probably the biggest financial decision that they ever have to make in their lives. Now, here are some top concerns that I often hear from first-time home buyers. Guys, does any of these questions pop into your head when you think of buying a home? Can I afford to buy a home? Do I have enough money saved for a down payment? Can I get a loan? How much loan can I qualify for? How many years is my mortgage? 15, 20, 25, 30? Am I ready for such a huge responsibility? And what if I bought the wrong house? Is there a return policy? The interest rate is so high right now. Should I buy or should I wait? I need to find a realtor that I can trust. These are all the questions that keep swimming in your head before you make that decision, that big financial decision. Now, why buy a home? I'm surprised that some people do not know. There are a lot of advantages, of course. You don't have to pay rent anymore, pay rent to your landlord who pays to the mortgage of the house. You could be paying your own mortgage for your own house. And there are a lot of tax advantages as well. I'm surprised that some people do not know that you can exclude up to $250,000 of gain from your income if you are single, or up to $500,000 if you are married and filing jointly. The IRS will not tax you on the appreciation of your house when you do decide to sell. For example, if you and your spouse bought a house 5 years ago for $500K, and today the appreciation of your house has gone up to $1 million, do you know that you will not have to pay taxes for the $500K gain on your house if you do decide to sell it? I personally know someone that move every couple of years when their house appreciates to $500K on top of their previous purchase price. And this is how they can afford to move to bigger and bigger houses and in better neighborhoods. So this is actually a strategy. So just some food for thought, guys. If you have questions, feel free to type into the chat box and we'll try to address them as they come up.
Hey, Greg, buddy, real quick. Natasha did have a question. Why the change of from Ph.D. to real estate? That was a question.
I've always enjoyed real estate. I had did pretty well in cancer research as a Ph.D. scientist, but I just got tired of being in the lab, reading literature, going to meetings all day. I wanted to be out and engage with people, you know. So I had a friend that got into real estate, and I really enjoyed the lifestyle of meeting and helping people. So that's why I switched. Hope that answers your question. Now today, I have a real treat for you guys. I have invited 4 speakers that are experts in their field within real estate. We have Carl, who is a senior mortgage loan officer, and he'll tell you about mortgage finance options. He will also tell you about some assistance programs, grants for first-time homebuyers. So stay tuned. We also have Ray, who is an experienced escrow officer. Now, some of you probably don't know the term escrow. What does that mean? I certainly didn't know when I first bought my house before I became a realtor. Escrow is an important process within the real estate transaction, and Ray will tell you all about it. We also have Larry, who has over 30 years of experience in home inspection, and he will share with you the importance of a home inspection, especially during a home purchase. Now, Larry runs his own company called Home Inspection Services. Should you ever need his services, feel free to contact him. And then finally, we have Rick, my teammate, who is an expert home buying agent. He will share with you his years of experience and how to work with a realtor, make an offer on a house, and ultimately get the house that you want. So let's jump right in. Mistake number 1, ignoring the first-time homebuyer incentive programs. Now, guys, do you know that there are many first-time homebuyer grants and down payment assistance programs available to you? Some are through the Federal Housing Administration, FHA. Some are offered through the Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD. And some are offered through the VA if you happen to be a veteran. So definitely check out these resources online and see what kind of special grants and programs that you may qualify for. Also, I strongly recommend you taking the time to check out their website online for specifics. And later on, Carl will tell you about some of the ones that he believes are very helpful for first-time home buyers. Mistake number 2, not getting a loan pre-approval. This is a must in a competitive market such as the Bay Area, especially Silicon Valley. You need to know what you want and what you can afford. If you don't want to be falling in love with a house that you can't afford. Now that is very painful. You may want a single family, but based on your loan approval, you can only afford to buy a condo or townhouse. So the first rule of thumb, find out how much you can afford, what kind of house you can afford by getting a pre-approval on a loan. It's important to know what you're looking for and tell your realtor before any property showing, before you go to any open houses. Without getting pre-approved, it's kind of like going to a sword fight without a sword. maybe that's exaggerating a little bit, but so be prepared to make an offer on the house. When you see the one that you want, you got to be quick and decisive. Now, in a competitive market like ours, it is common to see multiple offers received for the same property. So when your pre-approval is ready to go, the seller, may just go with you. So essentially, you're competing with other buyers because there's so many other ones, in the market looking for their dream house. So be prepared, be ready to, quote unquote, pull the trigger. Now, there are some people that are just strolling and checking out houses at their leisure without a pre-approval. They say, okay, I'll just go enough showings. When I do see the one I like, then I'll talk to my realtor and then find out if I can get it pre-approved. 99% of the time, it's already too late. When they suddenly see their dream house in a showing, then they scramble to get their loan documents ready. By that time, the house is gone. It's gone to the other buyer who's ready with pre-approval. So make sure you get the pre-approval. You don't want to lose that opportunity. Mistake number 3, going to your bank for a mortgage. Now, bank penalties are expensive. Most banks will charge an origination fee, discount point, whatnot. And large banks, especially, may not offer down payment assistance programs. So my tip would be to go to a mortgage broker. Now, not many people know what a mortgage broker is. A mortgage broker is like Amazon, the way I see it. Now, we've all shopped using Amazon. For example, when you go to a department store and you see a merchandise that you really like, will you pay department store prices for that item? No, you wouldn't. Well, at least I wouldn't. You will probably take out your phone, get on Amazon, and see if the same item is sold for cheaper on Amazon. Now, in a similar way, a mortgage broker is like Amazon. Amazon itself does not make the item that you want, but it has access to a number of suppliers and vendors for that item. And a mortgage broker has access to all kinds of banks and lenders with different lending packages, programs, interest rates, and terms, whatnot. And depending on your specific lending needs, the mortgage broker can connect you to the right lender for the best deals and interest rates for your specific loan situation. So I highly recommend going to a mortgage broker as opposed to going to a big bank. So that's it for my portion for now. I will come back. Right now, I want to hand over the reins to our mortgage specialist, Carl. For those of you, due to the limit in time, I cannot go into details on those 3 big mistakes. If you'd like to talk to me over a free phone call, please make an appointment with me using the link to my calendar right here. And I will be happy to sit down with you and address any specific questions that you may have. Okay? So, Carl, you're up.
All right. Welcome, everybody. I'm excited to be here to get you on your way on your journey to buying your first home. I've been in the industry for over 14 years. This is my 15th years right now. I've been a mortgage broker and right now currently a mortgage banker. So we are direct lenders where we have both sources, where we have wholesale lenders and we have direct lenders that we work with. So we have many different products, many different channels, and depending on the situation, we'll try to find the right product that works for your case. So I'm here to make your journey easier, simplify things, so we could take you through the process and try to lessen the stress, lessen your anxiety, and try to make everything as easy as possible. So with that, let's go to the next slide. All right, so buying a house is probably one of the most important step in your lifetime, right? It's one of the biggest investments, most costly. There are many different types of loans that are available. And so what you hear out there are typically so-called conventional loans. Conventional loans are typically what you see as 30-year fixed. They are backed by a secondary lender who call Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. These are liquidity lenders that helps the banks able to get more money to lend to you. So these type of loans are the easiest with the easiest guideline to allow you to borrow money. And most of these are 30-year fixed loans, and they're basically, most of them are based on your income ability, and that is the what they call ability to repay. So they want to see you that you have income that you earn every month and that you could pay the mortgage every month. So that's what's critical. So for most of the cases, the conventional loans, we could lend up to about $1.2 million. Once you get above that, then you get into the jumbo loans. So once you perhaps after your first entry home, you're upgrading to a larger home in the Bay Area, they're $1.5 to $2 million. When we get to that range, then we use so-called jumbo loans. We also have FHA, VA loans, which are government loans. These are government-backed loans, which give you some advantage, like lower interest rates, lower FICO scores. So they come in certain situations if it fits your case, where we could make it advantageous for you. We'll recommend these type of loans for you. For those, yes. Okay, continue. For those who are
Carl,
62 and
Carl, sorry, can you turn on your camera, please?
sure, absolutely, no worries.
Carl, you there? Greg, what happened to Carl? He disappeared.
Carl, you're not disappearing on us, are you?
I think he turned on his camera and decided to go for a coffee break.
Now, Rick, can you pick up on FHA and government loans, reverse mortgages?
I'll wait. Sure, I can do that. I'll wait for him to come back on. Okay, let me turn on my camera. Okay, make sure you admit him when he comes up. I'm not sure what's going on with his computer. Hi, folks. My name is Rick Bareng. I am the second part of the real estate professionals here. So types of mortgages, as you can see on the screen, there's several types: conventional, jumbo, FHA, VA, reverse mortgage type of loans. That's just about any and every type of programs that's available for you, be that you're a first-time buyer looking for some down payment assistance, or if you're a seasoned investor looking to put in 50% down payment, whatever it is, we have Carl has the loan program available for you. For those of you who are considering in buying, maybe perhaps you can chime in terms of what down payment are you looking to put in. Now, keep in mind, before you answer that question, there's even zero down programs, which is what the military can provide, the VA loan programs. And there's also county grants. There's also city grants. There's also programs for teachers, down payment assistance for firemen, teachers, people who are in the service industry. So if you can kindly chime in and make it simple, 10% minus or 10% plus will be the question I'm asking to be answered. What kind of down payment are you looking at? Next slide, please. So this basically runs off to the 4 C's, right? As you can see on the screen: capacity, capital, credit, collateral. Now, most people, unfortunately, they want to buy into a home right away without getting pre-approval. That's why we'll let you know. The pre-approval is the most critical aspect of this home buying process. You got to know what your capacity is. Have you heard of the term? People have the they have the they have the beer budget, and they're looking to buy champagne. I say that facetiously, but we come through. A lot of buyers come in interview with us, and we find out that okay, FICO scores are 400, looking to buy 1.5. Unfortunately, they think of a loan program back then when there's no down payment, zero closing cost, reverse mortgage type of deal, which is a little crazy in this kind of market. So you do have to take the time to find out what you can be approved for. Capital, right? Now, Carl had mentioned briefly that there's different types of uh, down payment assistance out there. There's the county assistance, depending on what service sector you're in. They also have those available. The question comes up: does your firm have experience working with first-time homebuyers? Absolutely, Leslie. Absolutely. We have programs for everybody. Now, in terms of for older first-time home buyers, I'd like to find out, what background you may have, because programs that I'm thinking of for seasoned buyers are for teachers, firemen, and I think people who work for the county. Those are available. Right. So we can certainly get more into that on our one-on-one appointment. Make sure you set up an appointment with either Carl, myself, or with Mr. Greg. Now going to this screen, credit. Credit is very important. As you all know, everything is based on credit. Credit is very important. Your FICO score has to be minimum 720. 740 would be better for you to afford the best interest rates. Now, if you're looking for a good loan program, not only is it the interest rate we have to consider, also the closing cost. And of course, the third item is the type of loan program they're giving you. There's different programs: 50 years, 30 years. There's 40-year program. Next slide, please. All right, the path to pre-approval, right? So these are critical information that you're gonna need to fill out on what we call a 1003, an application. So they're gonna need to get your information, employment history, basically what's incoming and outgoing, what your monthly obligations are, student loans, how much car payment, anything, credit card payments that you have. So we'll take that, subtract that from the gross, and then we'll come up with a net. Right? It's never the gross income that we consider. It's always the net. Of course, we have to verify your job as well. We have to verify your income, the assets that you have in your bank, of course, the tax history. As far as I know, not filing for a tax return for the last couple of years will definitely be a no-go. It's an automatic denial. It's an automatic rejection when you are applying for a loan. So make sure you file for those tax returns. And of course, the third step is a lender review. That's when an underwriter comes into play. You heard the term underwriter. Step 4, credit check. Credit check is what we would like to see: 720, 740 FICO score. But that is not to say the people who have lower FICO scores than 720 and 740 cannot be approved for a loan. There's FHA loan programs out there. There's 3% down payment with conventional, which is, so you got to put in 3% down payment, right? And so all this is step 1 to step 4 coming to fruition, which is the last final step, the step 5, obtain a pre-approval. Next slide, please. Is Carl back yet? What happened to Carl? Still out? All right. So
Yeah,
down payment.
let's keep going.
Okay, so down payment assistance, as you can see here, Cal HFA. I believe the state still has a little bit of budget left to assist first-time home buyers to qualify for Cal HFA. I believe this is a down payment assistance that you don't necessarily have to repay immediately. You can wait until the before you sell your property, before you have to end up having to pay the down payment assistance back, right? And of course, GMCC, Carl will know more about this. It's a 500 down community loan, depending on type of community you can buy in. I heard somebody from Lodi. If there's parts of California that they're trying to rebuild, the neighborhood, this down payment assistance or community loan, which can go up to 10,000, is available. You can easily access it. And of course, CRA, SBC, community land programs. I'm not too quite sure that. Carl will definitely answer that question when he comes back on. Next slide, please. All right, down payment assistance program. Okay, so as you can see here, you determine that you're first-time home buyer. First-time home buyer means that you've not bought a home within the last 5 years. Or if you bought a home within the last 5 years, hopefully you will revert back to a first-time basis after the 3 years that you bought a home, right? So typically that's what happens. You don't, although things might be different in terms of down payment, you might have to put in a higher down payment because first-time home buyer, typically they're afforded the lowest down payment, such as the FHA at 3.5 and the conventional loan, which is 3% down payment. right? Income and credit, we already talked about that, right? Incoming money that's coming in from your wages, salary, bonuses, tips, uh, side hustle. We'll put all that together, and hopefully, I believe the baseline for an FHA loan program to qualify on an FHA is back then it used to be 580. Now it's gone up to 620. Okay, so go back to your credit report, find out what your middle score is. Typically, they report three sources of a credit score, right? They never choose the highest one. They never choose the lowest one, but it's always the middle score that they pick. All right, and of course, for you to qualify for Cal HFA, there's an 8-hour first time home buyer educational that you have to sign up for. It's more or less a online web streaming service that they provide to you, so you can learn more about the program. Next slide, please. All right, so this is the down payment that we're talking about. It can go up to 10,000, right? This is if a particular locale or particular part of the city that they're trying to rebuild, you can qualify for this $500 up to $10,000 grant. Next slide. All right, Community Reinvestment Act, Special Purpose Credit. So this goes along the same lines. They're trying to bring more buyers in perhaps an area that they just barely broke into. Parts of, I know this has happened in Manteca, parts of Modesto, Central Valley area, where they're providing this Community Reinvestment Act, basically trying to rebuild the community as we get more people to look for more affordable homes. Special purpose credit, I'm not sure what this one is. Again, this goes back to Carl. Next slide, please. All right, the journey to home ownership. So this is it. This is pretty much it, folks. 1 through 7, you go through pre-approval. You see Carl. And by the way, Carl's very quick with what he does. He can actually, oh, Carl's calling. Give me 1 second. Carl, where are you? Yeah. Yeah, hey, Greg, do you see him? He's trying to come back on. Can you admit him?
I don't see him on my end. That's the problem. He's been texting me, but when he does come in, we'll get to him. But let's finish up the slide.
Go ahead,
We can
Carl.
always come back. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. I see Greg. For some reason. Oh, there you go, right there. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you back Carl. Carl, you coming on here. Look. There you are. Okay, Carl's back on, guys. Sorry about that, folks. A little technical challenge here. Technical difficulty.
All right. So where are you guys
Back
at?
to you, Carl. Yes, I'm on to the journey to home ownership.
Oh. All right. So where are you guys? Where did you guys went to?
Yeah. Do you want to
next slide.
briefly talk about CRA, SPC, SPC especially, special purpose credit?
Okay. So these are community lending programs that are available through banks that are or lenders that participate to give back to the community. And so basically they choose to put into community where they're low to moderate income people or census tracts, and also with certain minority populations. So if you're targeting some of these areas as your part of your purchase, which a lot of places in the Bay Area are in these zones, so you get number one, better interest rates. So typically, if you go out in the market right now, the interest rate you might see is let's say roughly around 6.5%. So with this program, you might get interest rate around 5.75%, 5.75. So you get about 3/4 interest rate better. That's number one. Number two is that they give you so for people who are not putting 20% down.
Carl, we might have to go a little faster in the
Okay.
interest of time. Okay.
Sure.
So this is the last
basi-
slide. Go ahead and finish
okay.
this up.
Sure, and you better basically there's no MI. So yeah, so the process to get pre-approved is first of all get the loan approved. So somebody like me or somebody lender partner that could give you a pre-approval. And once you get the pre-approval, you will go shopping with Greg or Rick or somebody that's doing a real estate agent. So they'll go through the process of making the offer. So working with a lender together, we make an offer that are competitive, and you want to be as highly approved as possible, because the other side, the listing agent, want to see that you can have the ability to close, and that is a track record that you want people to that you work with to have, is the ability to close. Because if they think you don't have the means, they will not accept your offer, even though your offer may be very good. So once once you get in contract, you basically go through underwriting process with the underwriter. So they'll actually order the appraisal to make sure the collateral is good. They'll actually take your financial documents and go through a human underwriter versus a automated process. And we'll be working to clear all these conditions that the underwriter proposes. And once you clear everything, then you put in the final amount of money, and then that will give you the ability to close, and then the house is yours. So that is the basic process of going through the journey, and I will be happy to work with you or anyone to go in detail the process. And again, if you want to get a consultation, work with Greg or Rick and get an appointment, or you could and they'll direct them to me. All right.
Thank you, Carl.
All right.
Guys, if you'd like to talk to Carl about loans, grants, down payment assistance programs that he had just gone over in more specifics, you can book a free call with him using this link. Moving on. Next, we have Ray. Ray, are you there, Ray?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you're good to go.
Hi, good afternoon or evening, everyone. My name is Ray Hughes. I am an escrow officer with Orange Coast Title. Just a little bit about myself. I've been in the industry for about 22 years. Before that, I was 8 years in the Army, got out of the Army, came back to my hometown and started working in this industry. I work on a lot of different types of transactions, everything from residential to commercial to mobile home and bulk sale. That's business sales. Okay, next slide, please. All right. A lot of people don't even know what escrow is. When I first came into the business, I didn't know what escrow was. What is escrow? Escrow is a process of transferring funds and assets on behalf of two or more parties involved in a transaction once certain conditions are met. That being, once we have enough money to pay the seller for the sale of his home, and also we have the right to transfer the property from the seller to the buyer. That's, we work with everybody to help get this transaction going over a certain amount of time to make sure that when you get the property, you get it 100% and there is nothing left over from the seller to worry about. Next slide, please. All right. Now that your contract has been accepted, what do you do next? Well, the first thing is you got to make sure you get that earnest money deposit in. Most contracts state that you have within 2 to 3 days to get that deposit in. And we have to receive it, the escrow company. We're basically a neutral third party between you and the seller to hold money and to hold documents in order to make this transaction close. Make sure that when you do work with a lender, make sure you provide them with the title company's information, because what they're going to do is they have to start asking us for fees, and we have to provide that to them so that they can begin their time clock of getting the settlement statement to you, or sorry, the CD to you up front. You have to have like a certain amount of time of, I believe it's 3 days. An estimate has to be given to you, so that once you sign a loan application with the lender. You also want to make sure you get your fire insurance started. A lot of people don't realize that if you have renter's insurance, or if whoever does your car insurance, they can also do a bundle rate for you for your home insurance, and they actually give you a little bit of a discount for doing that. Well, if you're working with a lender, we'll work with your lender to provide them certain things. We'll send them a copy of your EMD deposit. We'll make sure that we send them information on the property, and we'll let them know that we have the right to go ahead and transfer the property to you as the buyer so that you can have the property all 100%. We will need to allocate your funds, meaning we'll have to get an upfront deposit from you in the beginning. Then at the end, we'll need to get your final funds at the end. You could either sending us stock money that's in your savings account, or you can have stocks, or grandma and grandpa could be giving you a gift funds to come to us. We make sure we collect all that money from you. Okay, next slide, please. All right, now what is an EMD? An EMD stands for earnest money deposit. There's a couple different ways we can get this. We can do either a bank wire. Bank wire is probably like the most secure way. If you're going to do a bank wire, make sure you contact your escrow officer and verify the wire instructions, because you don't want to send your money to the wrong place. Okay, it has happened. Even when people have verified our wire instructions, sometimes typo happens. Sometimes people transpose numbers, or they put the wrong information and the money doesn't come to us. We can also accept check or cashier's check, or even, believe it or not, we can accept money orders. We can't take cash, but we can accept these three forms of payment. Next slide, please. All right, now if you're going to have a lender, we are going to work with them. We are going to provide them with a preliminary title report. That's going to give them a brief overview of the property. Who's selling the property to you? You want to make sure we have the right seller. We want to make sure that we're going to be able to pay off all the loans on that property. We want to make sure that we're going to be able to cover any taxes that are on that property. That basically, this is going to give them like a brief overview of the property. We're also going to make sure that we provide them with title and escrow fees, because again, they have to get that loan estimate to you within 3 days of signing your 1003. That has to be done up front. We're also going to make sure we can clear any conditions. So for example, if there's anything that's on the property, say that like an HOA, we make sure that we can get those HOA documents to provide them to your lender, and to you as well, so that you're aware of what restrictions are on the property. Next slide, please. All right, now that you're ready to sign, so this is towards the end of the transaction, whether it's 25 days, 30 days, 45 days, or however long it takes. We are at the end of the transaction. We're ready to get started. Now, the first thing you got to do is you got to sign your CD with your lender. Once you sign your closing disclosure, this is the second time you're going to see fees from your lender. This is going to start another clock that 3 days after that, you are going to be able to sign your loan documents. Once we get your loan documents, we're going to prepare an estimated settlement statement with all your credits and charges up front. And then we're going to contact you to set up an appointment. Now, the most important thing about this is that if you're going to be traveling for whether it be work or business, personal, or you're going just to take the kids to Disneyland, make sure you let your escrow officer know. Because if you're buying in San Jose, your escrow officer in San Jose, and you decide to take off to Florida, or I'm sorry, Disney World, to go to Florida, we got to make sure that we can make accommodations for you to sign wherever you're at. We can even make accommodations for you signing in other countries. Believe it or not, we can. Just make sure you let somebody know that you will be traveling. Once we're ready, you can either sign in our office, or we will prepare to have a notary public meet you and sign your documents. Now, the notary public is going to come to you. They're going to get they're going to make copies of your driver's license. They're going to have you sign their little book. They're going to make sure you go through and sign every little dot on those loan documents. They're going to cross your T's and dot your I's for you. Okay. So now that you sign, what happens now? This is what we do. Once you sign your loan documents, we will get your loan documents. We will make copies for your lender, and we'll send it to them. Usually takes 24 hours for the lender to get them. Some of them are a little bit faster. Some of them are a little bit longer. We will overnight the documents to your lender or electronically send it to them. And then they will go through and review and let us know if everything is signed, and if everything is ready to go, then they will fund your loan. Next slide, please.
Ray, let's
right.
speed it up a little bit. Yep.
You got it.
Is this your,
So
go ahead.
during the funding process, this is what we have to go through. We're going to make sure we get all your funds in. Once we get your funds in, your lender will fund the loan, and then we will send it down to recording. That means that we actually make those documents recorded electronically for public record. Then after that, next slide, please. we're on record. That means the house is yours and you can go ahead and start planning to move in however you want. Now, most contractors will dictate that you have to be able to move in by, I think, 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock that day. But officially, the house is yours, even if it records at 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, next slide, please.
Thank you, Ray.
Oh,
Thank you so
actually, the end
much
of mine.
for,
But thank you so much. If anybody has
that's
any
it.
questions, let me know.
Yep, due to the interest of time, let's speed up.
All right, thank you.
If you want to talk to Ray in more detail, feel free to book a call with him. Moving on to our next speaker. Larry actually stepped out, and Rick is going to talk briefly about home inspection, how that is vital in the course of purchasing your house. Rick?
Hey, folks, I'm back. Hey, I'm not seeing enough questions on the chat. For the attendees, for the homebuyer attendees, I just want to let you know, it doesn't matter to us whether you have worked with somebody else or currently working with somebody else. This presentation is all about sharing our information to everyone and anyone we come across. That is our main intention here. Yes, sure, we'd love to earn your business, but this is your hour. We want to pour into you. Any questions you may have, feel free to put it on the chat. Now, unfortunately, Larry couldn't be here. He texted us. He is having some technical difficulties as well, currently Lake out. So I'll go over his portion of the home inspection. So Larry's been a veteran. I can't remember. I think he's been in the business for 40 years. He owns his termite company. He also owns his home inspection company. So he is a wealth of knowledge, this individual. He can pretty much talk everything and anything pertaining to a home from the studs all the way up to the rafters, all the way to the roof. So home inspection. Home inspection is ultra critical when it comes to buying a home. How many years work experience do you need to get pre-approved? Daniel, that's a question for Carl, but I'll answer right now. Typically, we'd like to have at least a minimum of 2 years. Now, if you're not able to provide us 2 years, you're currently going to school full-time, so as long as you can provide proof that you've been going to school for the last however many years, and all that will come down to just 1 year. 1 year work experience, and of course, show proof that you've been going to school for just about the same length of time. Okay, so that nullifies the need to have 2 years. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Thank you for that question, Daniel. So home inspection are typically just visual inspections, right? Their job is not to lift up carpets, open up drywalls. They're not there to punch holes in the ceiling. They're there mainly for visual inspections. You've heard many times before that when you said people have varying opinions, because this is a subjective opinion of what the condition of the property is. So if you have 10 inspectors come out to your house, you could probably rest assured have 10 different opinions about what the condition is. But for the most part, people fall along the same lines in terms of what's major repair and what's minor repair. Okay, so Greg is rushing us through Larry's slide. So typically, it's a good idea to hire a home inspector, right? The typical cost here in the valley is somewhere between 500 to 600. In the Central Valley area, San Benito County, it's a little bit lower. It's under 500 for home inspection. And some home inspection actually does provide a roof inspection as well. So they throw that in there. It all depends though. So typically we provide you 3 contacts so that people you can talk to in terms of their cost, their level of experience, what they have done for the previous client. So we have access to all the information, right? And what I typically do is I invite a person who is in the process of buying a home to personally attend. I don't recommend not attending the home inspection, maybe towards the tail end, because typically home inspection lasts 2 hours. So come into the tail end so you get the briefing from the home inspector to find out what the findings are. So that saves you the time, that saves you the headache. And of course, you can sleep with a peace of mind knowing that you know the entirety of the condition of the property. All right, so we're going to go into the buyer's agent expertise. Now is my portion. There's a little link right there. It starts with QRCO.DEBEDXKX. So they say that, in Instagram, you see this post, how can you make somebody else say something about a particular thing without you saying it? So without me saying, tooting my own horn how well I've done for my clients. I have well over close to 200 testimonial letters. So I'm one of those guys that have been in the military for. I was supposed to be Kuwait last month, but because they bombed Qatar and Iraq, they canceled my deployment. So I got close to 20 years of military experience. I've been serving real estate clients for the last 25 years in the Valley between buyers and sellers. But I particularly am fond of working with first-time buyers because we're able to realize once and for all the hard work that they put in of coming to a fruition of finally realizing their American dream. So I have over close to 200 this type of testimonials. I'll be more than happy to share you a contact from my client who I helped out 20 years ago, client who I helped out 6 months ago, 2 months ago, a month ago. Okay, so working with realtor, it's critical. It's critical you work with somebody full time. How many folks know somebody in their family between their Uncle Peter, Aunt Sue, who has a license? We don't normally recommend working with it because, first of all, you get the family dynamics working against you, right? And of course, a cousin says, "Oh, you're buying a property. How come you didn't? How come you didn't prioritize with me first? Oh, you gave him closing costs." So yeah, it's difficult. They say that don't mix family relationships with business. Yeah, that's often true when it comes to real estate. Communicates well. I've got over the years I've gotten referrals from past clients because the current realtor that they've been working with does not listen well to what they're looking for. They ask for 4-bedroom, 2-bath. Agent shows them 3-bedroom, 3.5, 2-bedroom, 1-bath. So it's often critical not just to communicate, listen intently, and of course, work at your best interest. I mentioned I'm very proud of my military service because we're all about taking care of the American people, defending against foreign domestic enemies. And now we have to follow up meeting. Greg, why are you rushing too fast? Anyways, yeah, follow up meeting. We'll talk more about what you're looking for in terms of the
We
ideal
got
home
10
that you have in
minutes
mind.
to the hour. Greg, I'm
Okay.
sorry, we're running behind. So
Okay.
just do the best you can.
Okay, you got it, buddy. Yes, sir. Got your orders. So we'll discuss your ideal home profile. How many bedrooms, bathroom you're looking for, if you want to be close to public transportation, what your plans are within the next 3, 5 years, 7 years. From statistics, over the years, we found that the majority, over 65% of first-time home buyers are able to either relocate or change their plans as far as maybe move up to a bigger house or downgrade. Somebody's got the microphone on. May I respectfully request that you turn off your microphone, or maybe perhaps you can silence them, Greg?
You are allowed one.
Thank you. So yeah, we talk about what you're looking for, floor plan, desirable amenities, and of course, if there's any interest, and a lot of our first-time buyers are very much interested with distressed homes. I have a lot of experience with distressed homes, from short sales, pre-foreclosure, auction homes, to homes that are currently in the market that's deeply discounted from foreclosure. So yeah, I have access to all that information. You certainly want to click on the link of a follow-up meeting, the one-on-one. I'll post it here right now. And make sure you do that. Oh, actually, Greg will post the one-on-one.
Yeah, I'll post that up.
Okay.
Don't worry.
And
Yeah.
making an offer after you've gone through the process of getting pre-approved, looking at homes, sitting down for an interview, talk about what your plans and dreams are, the type of amenities you're looking for, the profile of the home you have in mind. We have to go through what we very important comparative market analysis. This is ultra critical. This lets you know what's going on in the neighborhood. Part of the reason my story I got into real estate is because I felt like I got taken around the corner. I felt like I paid too much. We didn't do the proper inspections like we're supposed to. And so, because I found out later on after I bought my first home from this agent, that the agent and the listing agent, my buyer's agent, and listing agent, were actually knew each other. So it kind of like I was more or less, a transaction for them. I wasn't looked at as a person. They just wanted to get a deal done. I felt like, wow, I kind of felt kind of short-changed. I felt kind of dirty, and that's why I became a crusader. I want to make sure that any first-time buyer who comes across my way are protected, represented the best interest, that they're able to find the best deals in any which way I can. Get them the best deal, negotiate hard for them, and so that they'll be happy. We're the type of profession, as we often like to say, that we will never get what we want after you get what you entirely want. That's how we work, right? So you get your home, and typically I often ask, hey, if you feel great about the service you provided to you, would you kind of refer me to your friends and family. Always work out referrals. Okay. So the next important thing is removal contingencies. Those are very critical. Go back one, Greg. I got to go over that slide. This is very critical. Go back one. Removal contingencies. That is very, very critical. Fiscal, financial, and the disclosure. These are three main things that we got to go over, and I certainly will take the time to go over that. So this presentation is just getting your appetite wet, right? Just getting you some basic information, but to get more further into detail, we do have to sit one-on-one. Of course, the type of inspections you can see there, this roof, termite, and home, typically in the valley here, Silicon Valley, all this already done up front. But Central Valley is a little bit different. San Bernardino County is a little bit different. They wait till the buyers get an escrow before they actually order inspections. Next slide. Okay, I believe we talked about this briefly on the previous slide. Home inspection, we have to do that. Appraisal. Appraisal is critical. Sometimes a home does not appraise to its value, so then there's three different responses. We can either renegotiate the price, have the seller come down on their price, have the buyer come down on their price. Actually, the fourth is to cancel the deal entirely. That's the reason why we have to keep our contingencies. Those are very critical. Transfer funds for closing. I believe Ray talked about the final property walkthrough. Final property walkthrough is to verify that all the repairs that were supposed to be done on the property have been conducted or executed. So then you're not left holding the bag. Okay, that's our job as a real estate professional. We want to make sure that during the final walkthrough, all the work has been completed. Of course, closing activities, sign closing disclosures, title transfer. That's all escrow part. And of course, the last and final step is you get your keys. Congratulations. That's the day that you're able to finally say, all that hard work, right? Crazy amount of time, 30 days. Took us 30 days to close this escrow, but it's all worth it. When you finally see your property value shoot up 20,000, 30,000, 100,000 in the first 6 months, because it has happened. And I'm talking conservatively. Parts of Saratoga, parts of Palo Alto, people who bought homes within 6 months, within a year, you're seeing appreciation higher than 200,000, upwards of 300,000-400,000 within the first year. Okay. While you went back, last slide, make sure you book one-on-one appointment. Again, this is all for you. Any way we can assist you. If you get a chance, feel free. We will be rushed into this presentation, but certainly if you want to go back and review it, there's a lot of information that we'll share here for you. Certainly, we'll send that replay over to you. Next slide. All right, Greg, back to you.
So coming back.
Mute, Greg, unmute.
Get your pre-approval letter before home showings. Okay, don't just go to your bank for a mortgage. Use a broker. If you need recommendations, look me up. I'll hook you up with mortgage brokers that work very close to me in my office, as well as in other offices. Use a broker with access to multiple lenders, including the banks. And how importantly is a home inspection. Make sure you do that. Make sure you don't buy a lemon of a house and have regrets afterwards. So it is a team effort to purchase a home. It takes the right information, the right mortgage team, a real estate team to purchase in today's market. It's not just one person, not just a single realtor. It's a team effort, as you can see in today's presentation. Everything has to come together. Everyone has to play the part to ensure a smooth transaction, a smooth buying process. So what we did today, we have assembled a winning team here. Together with everyone's real estate industry experience combined, we have over 100 years of experience. And this is the team that's ready for work for you if you choose to give us the opportunity to earn your business. Take home messages. Be prepared. Get your loan pre-approval letter ready. Learn as much as you can about the home buying process, just like attending this seminar. So you are already a legs up compared to other first-time home buyers. Be ready to pull the trigger when you see your dream home. Be ready. you may be ready to make that offer. Final thoughts about the market. You know, I get this question all the time as a realtor from friends and family. The interest rate is so high right now. And is it a good time to buy? Now, usually before I answer the question, I like to ask them, are you the type of person that sees the glass half full or half empty? If they say half empty, then I say to them, well, then wait until the interest rate drops, then buy. And if you wait until the interest rate drops, just like everyone else, you'll be competing with everyone else in putting in an offer for a house when the inventory of houses are low. On the other hand, if they respond and say, the glass is half full, then I tell them, it can be an advantage to buy right now because the inventory of houses right now in this current market is high. And there are many choices to choose from. You have no competition. Houses are staying on the market longer than before compared to 6 months ago. Now, my advice to first-time home buyers would be to buy now and to refinance later when the interest rate drops. The way the market is moving right now, interest rates are likely to drop towards the end of the year. When it comes to investing, such as a house, no one does it better than Warren Buffett. And I particularly like one of his quotes. He says, be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. And I think with the current real estate market, this quote applies beautifully. Just food for thought for you guys. So wrapping up, guys, do you feel confident in being able to purchase a home? Hopefully we have provided valuable information to you. Hopefully we have armed you with the information you need to feel confident in being able to purchase a home. I bought my first home before I became a realtor. If I had attended a seminar like this one, I probably would have saved myself thousands of dollars. So you are way ahead of the game. If you feel your time has been well spent with this webinar, please let me know in the chat below. We'll strive to be better and better in providing you with valuable information in the home buying process. Team Gregory and Ray, if we can be on your side and earn your business, please let us know. If you'd like to schedule a one-on-one consultation with us, free call over the phone for 30 minutes, please use this link, just like you've seen before. I'll be happy to sit down with you and strategize on a strategy, okay? So that's it, guys. If you have any questions, please type in the chat box below. Right now, it's Q&A time. 2 minutes after the hour. So Ray, if you want to come back on for any questions that we have before we close out for the evening.
Oh, this is.
Go ahead.
Yep, I'm here, sir.
Okay.
I have a
So,
question.
Okay, Eva, go.
When you get, if the application for the mortgage loan is a husband and wife, how do you guys look at the credit, or how do you guys determine what credit score to use?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Ray, can you mute your microphone?
Okay, so this is a question for me. So basically, we look at the FICO scores of your both the husband and wife, and we'll take the middle score of both of you, the lower middle score, and that's how we normally look at the qualification. Now there are lenders that do look at the dominant primary homemaker, the primary earners FICO score, but those are far and few. So in majority, the standard Fannie and Freddie conventional loans, we use the middle FICO score of the lower between the two. Hopefully that answers your question.
Yes, it does. Thank you. And one more question. What are the rates like right now?
So you'll probably see for 30-year fixed conforming loans, which are loans below 800 806 500. They're typically just around 6.5%. So they're in that range, and is inching lower. Hopefully, week by week, it goes slowly. So hopefully, we'll get better by the end of the year. Now we have special program as one of the special program that the SPC CRA program. We could get interest as low as about 5.625. So those are special programs, and I love to put first time home buyers into those programs because they save them a lot of money. Just a couple $100 in interest rate, couple $100 on mortgage interest. Sorry, mortgage insurance, and that $500 equates to over $100,000 over a 30-year lifetime.
Okay, thank you.
So I'd love to help you.
Diane, Daniel, do you guys have questions for any one of us? Going once, going twice, 3 times. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for hanging with us tonight for an hour for this
Greg,
first time home buyer.
Greg, 1 second.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Daniel has a question. Back to Carl. Roughly how much money do I need for down payment and closing costs using an FHA program? Go ahead, Carl.
Sure, Daniel. So if you want to use FHA, and the advantage of using FHA is typically low FICO score. If somebody has low FICO score, that'll be advantage, and they want to put like 3.5% down. So 3.5% is usually FHA loan. Now we could pair that with a My Home program that could give you the 3.5% down payment assistance, and that can make it 100% financing. So there are programs that can help you with the down payment with the My Home program with the Cal HFA, and that give you the 3.5% that you need. But you still need to pay for the closing costs, right? So hopefully that answers your question. And the closing cost, so closing costs, we usually it varies area by area because it's to the customary of the county or the city. For example, in Santa Clara County, the owners would pay for the title insurance. And Rick may speak to what they pay in closing costs in the Sacramento area that you're looking at. So maybe in those areas, buyer may be paying some and seller may be paying some. I'm not 100% sure because that's a title company that tells us. And but we estimate 1.5% for closing costs. So if you're buying a 500,000 property, that might be about $7,000, $8,000 of closing cost. So that could be, and we'll determine that usually at the time of making the offer, so you can see what the closing costs are, so that you can know ahead of time. Hopefully that answers your question.
And Daniel, I'd like to chime in as well. So just to let you know, being a real estate professional for many years, I am one of my strongest. When you go over my testimony letters, one of the things you'll find out is I'm very good with negotiating. So aside from the down payment FHA 3.5%, we can actually negotiate for the seller to pay for your closing costs. So such as what Mr. Carl Chen had mentioned, that there's approximately 7,000 closing costs. I can actually negotiate for the seller to pay that. So the way that would work out is would ask for closing cost credit, and so then you can use that 7,000 to apply your closing costs, thereby not needing to pull out any more cash out of your account. So mainly your 3.5% down payment would be it. Obviously, there's some more details to that, so that's the reason why we need to sit down one-on-one to get the further more details on that. Okay.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for joining us. We are going to wrap it up right now for tonight. So you guys have a great night, and see you guys. Hopefully, if you guys want, we'll be having webinars coming up in the next couple of weeks. You can join us again. Just look out for our links and our ads on FB. Thank you, and have a good night.
We have one this Saturday between 10 a.m. To 11:30. Saturday, the 23rd, that's in the morning. Look out for our Facebook ad. So if you want to get a second dose of this, you are certainly more than welcome. And that's going to be happening this Saturday, the 23rd, Saturday morning. Look out for the Facebook ad.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.